All right. Anyone there? Can you hear me? Make sure everything is set up and good to go. Just gonna do some simple gameplay to start. And if anybody has any questions or wants to see anything in particular, well, we can go check that out at that time. But just want to harvest some fields and just get some good gameplay in. I'll also show off some features such as the new hired worker. So I'll set up the hired worker. So, our headlands. Let's do one. Look at that flex in the header, that was nice. Does its thing, I'll get the truck. Hey Brian, what is up? Just checking out some FS25. Getting a feel for it. Fortunately, tarp animations are still just appear and disappear. Nice if they could start taking some notes from modders there and actually making animations of the full opening and closing. The game does look really nice too. Yeah, the reflections and the clear coat, I guess, is what they called it, off of the paint and such, it looks really nice. Also, I gotta note before we get anything far, I do have reshade on, so this is the default look of the game. But I have a reshade preset that I kind of made just to make it look a little bit nicer. Changes the colors up a little bit and the shadows, but it just adds a little touch to it. So just keep that in mind. But the graphics are better overall, and the environment just looks a little bit better. By the end of FS22's life, it's gotten to look really good though, just with different reshade presets that people have developed and such. So, like I said, the sky does look a little bit better in this game as well, with the dynamic weather, as I called it, and like the nighttime and daytime, I think looks a little bit better in this game too. Alright, let's see where the harvesters are. That's one thing that really bothers me right now, is just the shakiness of the in-cab camera and shakiness of all the equipment, really. When going over bumps, it's like it doesn't weigh anything. It's just rocks back and forth without any suspension. Let me know if the audio is good or not good, and how it balanced it is with the in-game sounds. I guess while I'm in here, I'll set up my steering assist. Perfect. Thank you, Karl Pro. I thought the audio was good. The sounds in this game are a little bit improved too, in my opinion. Overall vehicle sounds, there's like more of transmission sounds. This added more sounds that you would normally hear, rather than just the engine sounds itself. And here's without the reshade preset, it's just a little more yellowy. Real life, where it seems to be everything's a little more blue hued, so that's what the reshade does. Dump this right into the trailer. Brought the grain cart out, but this really isn't that big of a field. Yeah, exactly, Karl Pro. Yeah, I noticed that as well. Like, even transporting this Load King triple hopper trailer. Yeah, when you go over bumps and turns, you can hear rattle of the trailer. It's really nice. It's good improvement. Overall, I do like the steering assist functionality. It's really useful. I mean, it's just this like standard GPS on from FS22, the GPS mod. It's been working perfect, everything about it. So I'm really happy with that. So the hired workers works pretty good for the most part. There's a few times that the worker doesn't do what you want them to, but for the most part, it works really well, especially if you start a field from scratch with a worker. Let them do it all. It tends to work better than if you start a field first. There's still some things to work out with there, in my opinion, but see what Giants does with it. Yeah, the cab just seems so shaky. Like, it's not this shaky in real life. It'd be nice if there was a way they could smooth out some of this movement. I do like the flex of the header though. It's really nice. That actually looks like it has some weight to it. Definitely missing mods from FS22 that are really useful. One I was just thinking of is the in-cab zoom feature mod, that cab zoom mod that I use. You can zoom in on things on the fly while in the cab. I don't understand why that's not just a function automatically. In order to change my FOV, I have to come and use the developer options. Simple things like that I wish they just would pick up on from modding and just implement into the game. Yeah, the game does look really good, gotta say. Would be pretty nice too if we could shift the center camera, the location of this camera center. Oh, I want to smack into the trailer now. Yeah, the reflections off the harvester body there just look really good. You can see the reflection of the header on the body. It's a really nice touch. Definitely brings a lot of visual realism into the game. Seeing those kind of things, something that we've never seen before in a farming simulator game. So for a lot of people, that stuff might not matter, but it is a nice touch. I've been playing on the European map. I don't want to try to pronounce the name, but because the fields are just made for larger equipment more than the Riverbend Springs map. So that's why I'm on this map. The Riverbend Springs just has small fields, very spread out. I just kind of disappointed in that map, honestly. So it's definitely not made for big equipment at all. So that's why I am playing on this map. This one has a lot of large square fields. And a lot more field area rather than just water and trees. Oh, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I'll try out the grain cart. $7.15 quad track is pretty nice. Obviously lacking a lot of features that my modded version had, but I'll fix that. Fix that real quick. Yeah, overall, I'm a little disappointed in the lack of equipment in the game. I think same with a lot of people. I mean, they have a lot of tractors, yes, but there's things from previous games that they think they'd carry over that they've made before. It seems like they could include more options for equipment, especially with planters and seeders, cultivators. There's like maybe 9 options for each. Disc harrows, there's only 7. Cultivators, there's 13. They're just, there's not many brands, especially ones we've had in the past, and really disappointed with seeders and planters. There's only really one. You get the Kinsey Blue Drive, and even they have 2 different options for Kinsey planters in an FS22. It's just you don't for North American farming, you don't see anything. I don't see many seeders like this. So definitely have to wait for some mods. And the way this header is interacting with the ground is kind of janky looking. Like it's like doing some kind of jump jumping maneuver when it catches the ground a little bit. So that lifting and lowering animation, though, looks nice. I just realized that I'm not getting a lot of the comments. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. So I've only seen the first few. So JSP, the grain cart in the cab, the grain in the cab glass looks better. I didn't even look at that, so I'll take a look at that in a second. Little C, how did I get early access? I got early access through Giants. They just reached out to me and gave me early access because of my success on ModHub. I've gotten many different downloads, many downloads on ModHub, so they just gave me early access because of my mod success. What map is this? Simulation Farms. I don't know the name of it. It starts with a Z. It's like Zerwanka or something. It's the European map on the base game. Will T Gaming, what's up, man? Doing great. And so far I like the game. I think there's some things that could be better, such as the equipment and maybe some features like precision farming. They completely left out precision farming from the game, which is they keep bringing it as a DLC. Which why not just implement in the base game? I don't understand why they don't do that. But I guess we'll have to wait for that. What else? I do love the ground deformation. It looks really nice. And I think as I noted in my Facebook post, the rain effects are drastically improved in my opinion. Whenever it rained in FS22, I almost couldn't stand it. It just looked ugly, and it was not enjoyable to even be in. I think the rain in this game is actually enjoyable to be in. It looks nice, and it's not like super loud. The mud effects on the tires look really good, and the reflections of the water on the ground looks really good. So there's some definite improvements in the graphical side of thing. But overall, it's an improvement. I kind of wish there was more improvement, but there is some improvement. Yeah, Trailer Park Farms. Yep, I just need to. It needs the KarlFarms touch with the quad track, and I can't wait to bring the other Steigers into the game. Hopefully, it's not too much of a deal to get the textures figured out. In a little bit, I'll show what my current quad track looks like in game. The Steiger series doesn't look pretty because I don't have access to the Giants editor yet and such. Let's see where we at. Yeah, I agree, Minnesota Farmer. I do wish they had some American plows too, some chisel plows. It's just not everyone uses V-rippers all the time. So, yeah, it'd be nice to have some additional plow options. And yeah, Will T, I'm sure just like with Farming Simulator 22, the Giants will bring out they'll roll out mods slowly of converted versions of previous game vehicles and such. So I'm sure we'll get all the content from FS22 ported over eventually. It'd just be nice if we had it now, had the options now rather than. It seems like the last time for FS22's release, you play the game for a little while, then you get. Well, I mod, but a lot of people have to wait for the mods to come out. And they just stop playing the game until modders get their mods out. I think that's going to be the case again for this game. So, Simulation Farms, is there rollers? Yes, there's 2 different rollers. There. So there's 2 different rollers. I do like they have the land roller. a nice large roller. Be nice if they had a smaller option for it. Then you have this guy. So, 2 different rollers. Yeah, Baba Grill. Typically what has to happen is the modders end up extending the game. Also, camera collision is really annoying too. I wish they would have fixed that as well by now. It's really really annoying when you're trying to look at things and why can't I dump this? So confused. Let's go back to the comments. Really surprised I haven't done row crop work at all. Hate how stubble isn't there. Yeah, especially that because that's something that it's clearly wanted by the community. I cannot empty this trailer. It's just not given the option to dump. Unless I'm being impatient. But it's usually it'll pop up. You can hear the noises of the trailer as I'm driving forward. It's pretty nice. Man, I'm losing it. Phil McLaughlin, hey, what's up? Yeah, I agree. Precision farming should have been a base game. Again, it just doesn't make sense to me. It should be a thing like Seasons, where they just they see what modders have done and just implement the base game. I mean, they already have it in the game for FS22. I think it came out pretty quick in FS22 as well. It didn't take very long. You think that'd be something that they would have implemented automatically. Is there any American hay equipment? I mean, you got some mowers. But I would say not really. I mean, they have some. It's not anything more than it was in the base game of FS22. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's just. But this is typical for every farm sim release, it seems. Or even some moldboard plows that are American, yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of surprising too. The lack of like John Deere equipment. You have John Deere vehicles, but you really don't have much John Deere equipment. You only have one small little plow. Like there's so much tillage equipment from Case and John Deere that man, it'd be nice to have in game. Wasn't Brent the roller that was in the game? Oh, Brant, not Brent. Sorry. Yeah, the in-game sounds are pretty nice. Yeah, I have the trailer selected on. I wonder if this is a bug with this this trailer or this silo. I'll try throwing down another silo. Throw down another silo and see if it works. Might just be the trailer though, I have no idea. But I have there's only one selected hopper. Unless there's another, because in the top left it shows oh, I see what you mean. I'm dumb. Tip side, yep. Okay. I don't use hopper trailers very often, I guess you can probably tell. So, okay, I figured that out. I'm just dumb. Yeah, the stubble with the corn. Yeah, I haven't done corn yet. I'll do corn here in a second to see what it looks like. But the stubble in even FS22 wasn't good, and there was some modding that was done to increase the height of the stubble, which made the game look so much better after you harvested. And when you drove through the stubble, it reduced it to the lowest height. It's so much nicer looking compared to this, where you can't even tell you drove over the stubble. It's just subtle things like that I wish they could improve upon. Yeah, trailer park. I don't know either. It could be. It might be something like that. It very well could be. Yeah, I never played Upper Mississippi River Valley. I did. I think I modified my Frankenmuth map that I played on to have additional crop textures and such. So that's where I got mine from. But alright, I think I have to go all the way back to the shop, and I might just I'll drive there. Yeah, Phil, I think you're right. So yeah, I think you guys are making more sense than I was making. So it's probably due to precision farming having to do with multiple different companies coming together as one. And due to that, they probably just couldn't bring it into the base game for whatever reason. Yeah, we'll try out some corn and see what the textures look like. I haven't seen them yet. I know the bean texture is a little disappointing to me. It's still the bean texture in the game still has like green leaves on them for the harvested state, or the ready to harvest state. Really wish they didn't have green leaves on them, because typically we don't have green leaves on them when we harvest them in North America. But maybe I think it's in other areas that's more common. They harvest higher moisture beans. But this is the bean texture, harvested bean texture, or ready to harvest bean texture. Definitely, modders definitely improved it in FS22 compared to the base game as well. They do look nice, it's just not typically what you see. New Holland Mad, hello. Thanks for joining. I think everything kind of looked more in rows. It just depends on the way you look at it. Because they have... You look at it at 90 degrees or 45 degrees, you can see that they look like they're in rows. I think that was kind of the same in FS22. Definitely isn't like row crop textures like we saw in some mods in the end of FS22's life. Well, I guess it wasn't the end. It was probably like a year ago or so. Row crop became huge. More common thing. Yes, the black Z, I do have reshade on. So this is the default look of the game. It's more yellowish type look to it. So the reshade adds some more different tone, different color tone. It's kind of enhances the shadows a little bit. Adds some light bloom. So I do have a reshade preset on. That's why my game looks a little different. Yeah, it seems like the road does have a little more texture to it. More bumps, but even then you go over the bumps and the kind of unrealistic shake happens, but it's good that it's not super flat. I missed my turn, so I'm just going to have to cut through here. I'll go around. Yeah, I feel like this game almost requires me to use reshade. It's just, the base game just isn't quite there. Like, it looks nice, sure, but it looks cartoony, I guess. The colors are almost too vibrant. Everything looks too colorful. Alright, back to reshade. Corn definitely isn't in very good rows. You can't even tell where the rows are. As you can see, it auto steer, whatever you want to call it, lane assist, steering assist, automatically created lanes for me, which I've been really enjoying that. No matter what implement you have on it, it'll automatically create lanes for you if you get to the field. You can obviously adjust it to have more or headlands if you want. I think that's a really nice feature. New Holland, man, you're getting it for Christmas. That's a good deal. Sucks you have to wait that long, but at least you get it. Yeah, reshade. Yeah, the reshade makes it look a lot better. I'm surprised there is no case planters. Yeah, Duca. At least we'll have some coming. I hope. Wink, wink. I guess that your part's already done with the planters, unless you guys are gonna make changes to them. But this game is in desperate need of some case planters and case seeders for that matter. Is the engine brake going downhill sound just as good as it does IRL? In which vehicles? Like in a truck? Like a semi-truck? Because if that's the case, I don't think there's any engine brake sound at all. Can you go at custom angles using the GPS system? Yes. So in the settings you can change the angles, the work direction. So the headlands will always be the same, but it'll change, as you can see. Like if I turn it to 20 degrees, it'll change the angles. You only can go in increments of 5, I suppose. So I guess you got to keep that in mind, but yeah, you can change the work direction angle. Guess I didn't do the headlands. I'm supposed to do the headlands. Oh well. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can take a look at that corn stubble now. Definitely is lacking. Let's get out and look at this. They look like little sticks. It's just, you know, the leaf texture, just with all like shredded leaves and such. I'm not sure. Yeah, he said who did it. AW. I think if he was the one that did that texture. Looks way better. Yeah, this is pretty atrocious, honestly. Although, yeah, here's the ground deformation does look good. Gotta say. It's not perfect. Like the tires are still kind of floating on the surface, but looks pretty nice. Nathan Lee, hey, thanks for joining. Do you know if hazard lights made it to consoles? I don't believe so, because I had to rebind my controller settings so I could turn them on. So I don't think consoles will have hazard lights. Colton Eck, hello, thanks for joining. I'm doing great, thanks Nathan. Definitely been enjoying getting early access from Giants. Getting a first look at the game. Sounds are improved, Duca. Yeah, I'd say they are improved somewhat, especially with transmission sounds. I noticed that driving like Case Magnum and even 715 Quad Track, they actually have good transmission sounds now. Unique, it seems, to every tractor. Even the John Deere 9R has its own unique transmission sound, and it's just subtle things like that. Seems like the Harvester sounds are a little bit nicer too. Yeah, and that's one thing definitely missing, that stocks should be destroyed by the tires. The fact that they're just still standing up straight is funny. I think that's yeah, the active in the bottom rights, that's the guidance steering, or what do you want to call it, the steering assist. So I set up my steering assist and that's when I deactivate it and reactivate it. That's that chirping sound you hear as I'm deactivating it, and the ding ding noise is me activating it. So that's what the active button or active icon in the bottom is. Hey Aaron, how do you get early access? I got early access because of my mods success on ModHub. So I'm guessing that Giants gave early access to modders with a certain amount of downloads or a certain amount of popularity on ModHub. I'm not exactly sure what the criteria was. I was definitely surprised to get it. That's for sure. I wasn't expecting them to give early access to modders. But I mean, it allows us to take an early look at the game, and then I can see things that, you know, I've been reporting some bugs that I've found, and so. Whoa. Steering assist went crazy on me there. Colton, no, I didn't have to pay any money to get early access. No one can pay money to get early access right now. It's strictly, I'll download here in a second. It's strictly for content creators and modders, it seems, at this time, that get early access. Or unless you get a leaked copy or something. At that point, that's not early access, that's a leaked copy. Yeah, Aaron, yeah, I create mods for Farming Simulator. That's created quite a few mods for Farming Simulator. You ever play with the Steiger series, the Superior End Up trailers, 2018 Magnum from FS22? Those are my main mods that I've made. I didn't really honestly have that many mods in FS22. I was kind of slacked a little bit, but they're a lot of work, especially for a nearly one-man team. I do get some help from other modders, which is wonderful. It's been really great to work with other modders. But generally, I'm a one-man show. How does FS25 feel compared to FS22? The general feel, I think, is pretty much the same. You know, the physics are still the same. I think the biggest feel difference is probably the environmental feel, like the ground deformation and weather effects and such. Over the vehicles themselves don't feel any different, and it just kind of look better. Shut up, Justin. Come in my stream. Yes, to answer your question, to get rid of bugs, you just need some pesticide. Now you know. Caveman Johnson, you can't get early access for $60. Yep, that's correct. Yep. Oh, you're talking over here. You're correcting Colton. Yep. Yeah. If you when you buy the game, you can get preload, so that when the game does release, you can just play it instead of installing it. But you can't play it. Thanks, Jordan. Yep. The best case mods are the ones that I make. Yep. Tractors, anyway. Some other things that other modders do better than me. Tractors, so those are my forte. Minnesota Farmer, do you get paid for your mods? I do get paid a little bit. It's not much. It's not worth my time, that's for sure. I couldn't make a full-time job out of it. Something in the realm of like 0.004 cents per download or something ridiculous. Very little. But it is something. Better than nothing. And that all comes from Giants. Giants, they compensate modders for downloads as long as you have a certain amount of rating on them as well. So you can't just upload crap and get paid for it. Hey, Aaron, what software do you use for mods? Generally, I mean, the major piece of software is what Giants, the publisher, provides, or the game creator provides. They have a Giants editor that they provide that allows you to do pretty much all you need in regards to editing the mods to get them in game. But for making models and such, you can use 3D modeling programs like Blender or Maya, or those are the two main ones that I know of. And then just Notepad++ for XML editing. Danny, thank you. We're really excited for it. It's going to be quite the change, but we are looking forward to the new edition. Coming soon. Oh, Steam doesn't let you preload? Oh, I think I did hear that. Yeah, it's just the Giants. The Giants, if you purchase from the Giants site, you can preload it, but If you buy it on Steam, you can't. That makes sense. And I thought Steam usually has preloads, so maybe that's something that Giants prevented them from doing. Welch 502, hello. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the stream of Farming Simulator 25 Early Access. When does FS22 drop? What time? I know if you go on the Farming Simulator website, I think Giants released a timeline of when the game will drop in each time zone. You can find out there. I don't know. I think for the East Coast of the United States, it's 8 a.m. So I guess if you can relate to that, you can probably figure it out. How does GPS work in multiplayer if you had two combines in the same field? That's a good question. I might try that out. I am wondering that as well, so I'm gonna try that out. Simulation. This is what the grain on the back looks like. It looks about the same, maybe a little bit better. Kernels look massive though. I am missing my row. Those are some massive kernels. It looks like Jordan answered Shy Boy's question there. So it seems like it works somewhat, but when the combines go past each other, they might hit each other. That makes sense. I can see that. Alright, after this I'll switch over to a different map and show you guys what the current state of my Steiger series is, modding wise. It's pretty awful, but that's all I can do so far. And then if you guys want to see any equipment or have any questions about what equipment's in the game, feel free to ask a question and we'll check it out here in a second. We'll buy it. I can buy the piece of equipment and check it out, whatever you want to see. Listen to drive right through the forest. You want to call it a forest. Nick, I can confirm that they do have different GPS sounds for different companies. I actually went through the files and looked at this because I was curious myself, and they have GPS files for the major brands. New Holland, John Deere. I can't name them all. I guess I could probably check for you if you really want me to. But yes, they do have different GPS sounds for different companies or different vehicle brands. John Deere has their classic. Is the case yours that FSG showed in his video? I'm not sure what one he showed. If it's this one, if it's a 17 quad track or 715 quad track, then no, it's not. It's the base game Giants made. It's funny that they made the 715 quad track but couldn't make the rest of the Steiger series. They just know that I'm going to do it anyway, so why bother? Yeah, Duke, I agree. It seems like they should have a lot more common crops that you see in North America in the game rather than putting rice. Which, it's cool that they added these, like other crops and such. It's just, me personally, I'm never gonna do rice. I have no interest in doing rice. Same with, there's a lot of crops I don't really care to do. Like carrots, grapes. Really don't care to do green beans. Like, add one piece of equipment to harvest green beans. All right, let me hop over to the other save, and I'll show you. We can go through some equipment. Yeah, no problem, Nick. Can't wait to get it back in the game. It'll be fun to get it back into the game. Hopefully, it's not too bad converting. Rennie Chugs, are you a farmer IRL? No, I am not. I was surrounded by farming growing up, though, and I helped as a high school job. I helped on a farm, driving trucks and driving tractors. Yeah, flax and lentils are a common crop in, well, that's Canada and western US. Seems like there's a lot that they could add to that. Wouldn't be too difficult to add. But rice we get instead. That's alright. Yeah, Welch, I thought I was kind of expecting they would put that new John Deere 830, whatever it's called, in the game. Yeah, even black beans, that's a common crop as well. That's not in the game. Here's some rhino. Hello. Thanks for joining. Checking out the stream. So, you might have saw it in the background there, but this is what I was able to do so far with my Steiger series, and this is as far as I can go with it right now, just because of the limitations that I have with not having access to the new Giants editor. They've done some differences with the textures to make them reflective, adding what they call the clear coat. So I think that's messed with all the textures. So I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do to get it looking good, but hopefully it's not too difficult. If it is too difficult, then I won't be making many mods. But it functions. All the sounds are there. It drives fine. There's just no textures. Animations all work. And this is like minimal. I barely did anything to do this to make it work. So for the most part, it's functioning. But it just doesn't look good. Beacon lights work. Yep, coming out release day, just like this. Looks right? Actually, there is more that I could do with it, because I could slap the 715 tracks on it. Right now, yeah, and that would make it look a lot better, because I would actually have functioning tracks. That wouldn't be very hard. I could just copy the XML over, but this is the current state of how it was from FS22. Definitely would use it. Factory fresh. New 20th century tractor with its tracks just sticking out. So yeah, that's the current state of my quad track and the rest of them as well. I also could put wheels onto these, but I'll just wait. I'll wait and to get into the modding until the Giants editor comes out. Camo tractor. Yeah, it should attach. I haven't actually tried attaching to anything, but it should. See why it wouldn't. It's funny because the pieces that aren't that are colored are still. The reason they're still colored is just because, well, main reason is they're mesh textures, so they're using a different part of the shader. They must not have reworked or something. Yeah, attached is just fine. Even the hose is attached nice and good. Everything functions, it just looks bad. Richard, I was raised on a farm in Indiana, just moved here to escape the snow. Oh, you live in Louisiana, I see. I didn't know there was rice in Louisiana. That's good to know. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, you definitely won't get much snow in Louisiana, huh? See, I don't even like virtual snow. Typically in game, well, I guess during the snow months I just skip through anyway. I don't usually do much in the winter time, and even in farm sim. So yeah, there's my quad track. They got like little beeps and such too are nice added touches to the sounds. But if you listen close, you can hear the transmission sound. I really like the added transmission sounds. They sound a lot better in this game. I really wish they even had a John Deere planter. They don't even have a John Deere planter in the game. That's how sad it is. Like, sure hope they release a huge chunk of converted vehicles and equipment day one. It'd be really nice. Is the texturing done for mods? Is the texturing for mods done in Blender or done in GE? It's definitely not done in Blender. It's more done in Giants Editor and or paint editing program like GIMP or Paint.net or whatever one. To apply textures to mods, you do that in Blender and or another 3D modeling program. To create the textures themselves, you'd create it in like a painting program. But I'm hoping that the issue with this is that it's something in Giants Editor where I need to apply just a texture to each. I think is what the problem is. I don't know this for sure. I'm just speculating. But I think that the new clear coat system you apply to certain materials, and since I don't have anything applied to these materials, it's just doing this. But to make the textures reflective, depending on if it's a plastic piece, a metal piece, or a rubber piece, they have different reflective properties. I think you're going to have to assign materials based on that, and this currently doesn't have anything because I don't have the new Giants editor. So is the game a lot smoother than FS22? I have found that it is a lot smoother than FS22. My frame rate's been a lot better and a lot smoother, but of course playing on a default size map right now, and I didn't play much on a default size map in FS22, so it might be about the same. My experience so far that it has been smoother, but I guess take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, they really took away a lot of the equipment. I agree. It's kind of sad to see, and like I said, I hope they bring back a bunch in day one. How does the new AI feature work? Alright, I'll get back into that here in a second, as if there's no equipment that anyone really wants to see, the other equipment that anyone wants to see, then I'll just go back to the other game. But I'll show off the AI feature a little bit. I guess I could show it off in this game, or in this Maybe I'll take the quad track for a spin. Oh, no, maybe not my quad track. We'll leave that to rest. They are making modders do all the work. Yeah, that's typically what happens. They definitely lean heavily on the modding community to make their game successful. So I can tell you, if this was the base game what I'm playing right now, I wouldn't play it very long. Can you zoom in on the vehicle tags? What do you mean by the vehicle tags? Vehicle tag. Yeah, can you clarify what you mean by that? And I'll do that, yeah. Pro Gamer, hey, thanks for joining the stream. Checking out early access of FS25. Giant steals mods and make them base game. I've done it before, yep. Not all the time, but at least they're learning, right? Learning what people want. What are your PC specs? I am running a AMD Ryzen 7 5700 X3D. That's my CPU. And my GPU is a 4070 Ti Super with 32 gigabytes of RAM. DDR4. What happened to the quad? What happened to quad? You're referring to this quad track? It's the conversion of my Steiger series so far. All I can do so far. Besides, I could do more with the tracks, but texture-wise, it's all I can do because of I don't have access to Giants Editor, which will allow me to hopefully fix all this. The new UI looks like garbage. Yeah, it's taken a little getting used to. That's for sure. The whole like double. I think once I get used to it, it'll be good. But yeah, definitely different. Seems like they changed up things for no reason. That's one of them. Can you look to see if there's baby horses? I've seen every animal has babies besides horses. Sure, I'll try to take a look at that in a second. First, I'm gonna get to the AI worker that Simulation Farms asked about. So, old circle, AI worker. Oh, I probably should buy the field. Alright, yeah, so you can set up, hold circle, it says the AI worker pops up and you can change the number of headlands. Obviously these fields are tiny, so any amount of headlands are going to take up most of the field at this point. And then you can choose what... Well, you could choose the angle that AI workers are at too. But apparently they can't. I thought I could. I know it's steering assist, so if I go to steering assist, you can change the work direction, but it does not seem like you can change the AI worker working direction, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird. I don't know why they don't allow you to do that. Anyway, you're also going to add skip lines so that the worker goes in between different lines. So that is a way to make, maybe that might be a way to make workers offset so they don't run into each other, but maybe, I don't know if that'll work either. Because, never mind, probably not. Because you can't make it so they do the next, probably can't offset them differently. So anyway, once you get the track set up, then you just hire the worker and then they do what they need to do. And I have found that there's some, they take a little bit to get set up, but I think that's typical of farming simulator workers, AI workers. Once they get set up though, it seems like they do what they need to do. then it'll go around the headlands once, and then do the back and forth rows. Alright, going back up to like the state car tax. Not sure how else to explain it. So I don't. Are we talking about the license plate? Here's the license plate. Besides a lot of it, do you think Giants has stepped up from FS22? I do think there's definitely certain things they've stepped up on, there's no doubt. Like I can't put my flashlight away. There probably is a way, I just don't know. Especially the textures and the reflections off textures have been improved greatly. It looks really nice. Rain effects look really nice. Mud on the tires, I think, is a huge improvement. Looks really nice. I should show that off once it's supposed to rain in this game a little bit. Maybe I'll speed up forward. And then the dynamic ground is a really nice feature. So they've stepped up in those regards for sure, in my opinion. Those are the biggest standout things for me that I've been noticing from the gameplay that I typically do. I don't mind the new UI, honestly. Yeah, like I said, the new UI, it's something to get used to. It's just different. You know, they change it up to change it up. It's gonna rain at night, isn't it? Is there a crop duster? No, JB, there isn't a crop duster, unfortunately. That'd be cool. There we go. There's the rain. So the new rain looks great. And I think I had someone ask me if there's actually rain drips down the window. And it does look like there's actual rain drips down the window. We'll see here in a second how the new look of the rain is. It's really good. Get a JH Modding, what's up? Thanks for joining. Just checking everything out. Tiger mate. Noah Baker, do you have any mods yet? I do have one mod that's converted, complete working order, ready to submit to Mod Hub. Ready to go. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Looks perfect. Not a thing I would change. No, but seriously, I don't have any mods yet for the game besides this diabolical looking thing. So, there's still work to do on converting mods once we have access to Giants Editor. So, but that's what I got for mods so far. Maybe we'll see. No. I wonder if workers, tractors collect dirt and mud and such. Well, obviously dirt, but mud, I wonder. Alright, what else am I doing? I was gonna go check out rain effects. How do you like the new simulation? There's no multi-terrain angle again. Yeah, there's very little. There is multi-terrain angle, but it's not great. It's not like we've seen from mods. Like it's a shallow angle. You can kind of see it there. So yeah, I'm not sure how many there were in FS22, but hopefully mods can improve that. Map makers. How do you like the new ground deformation? I do like the new ground deformation. Looks nice. It's not like mud runner level of detail and such, but it's pretty good. Here, I'm just gonna destroy whatever crop this is. Let's see. Yeah, Jeff Fuzz, I agree. I do wish that stubble textures looked a bit better. You can take a look at the ground deformation. It does seem like it's affecting the plants a little bit too. Wish I could get lower. But the ground deformation does look pretty good. You know, it's something little, but something that adds a lot. Something that we've been asking for a long time, even if it's not, you know, mud runner level physics. It's at least something. You want to end up, JH, you want to end up making the International CXT? I don't know what, I'm not familiar with what that is. I'm sure if I saw one I'd recognize it. But I would love to see more pickup trucks in the game. Especially since it's a license, I mean it's technically a license, so you can, councils could partake in the fun. Mike Williams, hello, thanks for joining the stream. Council would have a fit with MTA. Multi-train angle. Oh yeah, I agree. Probably would. Probably couldn't handle it. Here, I'll check out those baby horses. I actually haven't messed with the farm animals much at all yet. Cows, horses. I'm gonna buy the biggest horse barn I can. What is this worker doing right now? Where are they going? Alright, well, I'll stop that guy. He was apparently wanted to check out the horses as well. Alright, where do I go to buy horses? Can I just buy them and teleport them here? And I gotta be honest with you. I didn't ever mess with horses at all, even in FS22. Not my thing. 0 months. All right, let's buy some horses. That doesn't look very baby-like to me. Let's see. Yeah, 0 months. So it doesn't look like they're baby horses. Unless I'm missing something. Now, these are just bought horses. Maybe if they are born, they will be small. I got here. I'll test out with the cows. Can I buy just calves and have it work? Oh, you're saying the multi-terrain angle with potatoes? That could be that potatoes are different than like other ground types. That could very well could be because they have different textures. Potatoes look like crap. I don't do potatoes, so I guess that I haven't even looked at that. Not a fan of the base game map, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Riverbend Springs, especially, is just not that good of a map in my opinion. It's just small. Small, and the fields are tiny. Little baby cow, little calf. It is. That is pretty cute. So, to answer your question, I don't think there's baby horses in the base game. There are baby cows, and it seems like all the other animals, but baby horses, unless this is a baby horse. I'm not familiar with horses, but I'm pretty sure they're smaller than that. So Northern Farms, there's your answer. Caden M, hey, thanks for joining the stream. It'd be cool to have some of the more international semis also. Yes, I agree. I mean, it is pretty cool they added a cab over. It'd be nice to see have more. Do you have plans on making American-style tanker? Because the in-game tankers have been the same for years. Jeff Fuzz, do you, when you say tankers, do you mean like slurry tankers or like trailer tankers? So I agree on both. They've relied on mods to. I'm not collecting any mud on these tires, and it is raining. Do I have to go to a plowed field? Let me see. Alright, let's see if this gets some mud on the tires. Oh yeah. Yeah, the GPS, Stefan, the GPS lines are seen in the cab. Oh, in the cab monitors, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. I do as well. It'd be really nice if they could add some actual monitor functionality in the game. A lot of people were speculating that they were going to based on screenshots, but everything is seen so far is just pictures, still images. There's just no mud collecting on these tires right now. I don't know why. What forestry equipment is in the game? Can you show them? Sure, I'll check them out just in a second here. What if all animals? Yeah, I don't understand why they pick and choose which animals have babies and which don't. Here, I know how to throw some there you go. There's your tire mud. It doesn't seem like it's actually raining right now, even though the game says it is. Because everything's not shiny as it was I've seen previously. But the mud on the tires looks great. This is probably honestly one of the nicest things visually, in my opinion, that they've done. You make the pens bigger, can you have more animals in them? That's a good question. I don't think you can. I don't think that increases it. I think they're set to the size of the barn itself. Fields of Gold, how do you get early access? I got early access because of my mods success on ModHub. So I'm a modder and I upload mods to ModHub, and I've gotten a lot of downloads. Almost 6 million downloads now. So I think just because of my, or it is just because of my success on ModHub that they gave me early access to the game. Check it out. Alex, yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to doing sugar beets as well with the new Amity equipment. I'm glad that they actually, I was actually super surprised, very surprised that they added the beet equipment into the game. Because we've never, I mean, we had some pull behind, but they've never been anything like we have now. Just, it's nice, nice wide beet digger, and pull behind topper, defoliator. Super nice. Be much nicer to do beets with in-game equipment. Okay, yes, if you add a larger pasture with fences, they will increase the animals. Oh, okay. Nice. So that does improve. That's nice to know. I didn't know that. I'll take a look at the forestry equipment. I don't do forestry myself, so I'm not really familiar with much of the equipment. Harvesters, it seems like they have the Komatsu again. Yes. Never seen that piece of equipment. They could have grabbed the trees and cut them? I'm not sure what that does. I just can cut down trees. Okay. That's all it says it does. Seems like they have a lot of forestry equipment though. It is a popular segment of farming, so good that they include that. I don't do any forestry myself. I find the physics kind of just annoying in the game and tedious, so I don't typically do forestry. Equipment's cool though. Tree planters. I don't know. Basic stump cutter. Crap. So yeah, there's some forestry equipment. I have quite a bit. Trailer tankers like you see at farms. Okay, Jeff, I get what you're saying. Yeah, this is something I've considered doing for a long time. Is making a dairy tanker. I wish they would include something like it in the game, but there's the rain effects are starting. Now you can kind of see the glossiness. I wish it was daytime. Get on my face. There. Now it's daytime, we can see the mud effects. Can you show all the medium tractors? Sure, I'll check those out here in just a second too. Yeah, Jeff, I agree. It is frustrating for console players that they don't get to enjoy all the mods, but unfortunately a limitation of the licensing and such with Sony and Microsoft. What's your favorite mod you've made? My Steiger series for sure is my favorite mod. I love that series of tractor, and Love using it. I love making it. So, unfortunately, this is the current state of Steiger Series and FS25. Work in progress. All right, I'll take a look at the medium tractors. Here you go. The Challenger in white, the same. Challenger bought the white series, or Agco. Agco's the owner of them all, right? They're the same, pretty much the same tractor. So that's a nice addition to the game. Show the cultivators too in a second. Can we see your mod hub or your mods? You can check out my mod hub if you look up on the official mod hub. If you search KarlFarms, you can see what mods I've made and on both FS19 and FS22 so far. Yeah, they only have 15 medium tractors. Seems like there's some room for improvement there. For tools, in trailers affect ground deformation, same as tractors and combines. No. That might not be true. Any wheel will affect the ground. So and I could be lying about that, honestly. So those wheels obviously are having an effect. And now that you say that, it seems like it might be only actual drivable vehicles, trailers and such. I have not. I mean, there's a tire track there. Let's see. Asking good questions. I haven't been paying attention. Okay, it does look like, yeah. So, it only looks like. I mean, they go by how much weight is on them, so the outside ones don't seem to have any tracks. Or the inside ones. Like this one definitely has a track here. I mean, this outside one does. So, yeah, they make. I mean, it seems like any wheel should. It doesn't seem like all of them are, though. Like, this one has a tire track, but this one doesn't. So it could be like all the weight is on the back wheel here, and that's why. In-game physics aren't perfect, so... Yeah, it seems like any wheel will, or should, create a track. Alright, I'll take a look at the cultivators. There's really not many of them, so prepare to be disappointed. There's 12 total. Few small ones, one John Deere one. Overall, pretty pointed in the overall choices. Especially of like middle. I guess this is a 9-meter one. Seems like there should be like a 12 or something in here. It goes from 9 to 14 to 18. It'd be nice to have more options, really. There's puddles on the road too. Yeah, that's a. I'm not seeing them right now. But when I was playing my first playthrough, I just driving around while it was raining was just enjoyable. The visuals are just so much better. It doesn't. And I'm messing with the time and weather settings and stuff. So I might be messing with the flow of how everything works. So the visually might not be showing what it needs to. Because I don't see any puddles and such on the ground. It looks doesn't look very good. Yeah, there's not even any over here. So it could be just me messing with the time and such. Yeah, the reflections of the rain, looks great. There's a little like rain droplets on the textures, and this is coming from FS22, where almost unbearable to have it be raining because the look of the rain was just bad and the sound of the rain was bad. This looks really good. Much more enjoyable. How hard is it to make a whole map? I mean, For someone that doesn't know how to mod, it is hard. And then it also takes a lot of time. On the John Deere S7 or X9, can you change the tracks to dual wheels? I believe so. Looked at them before. Oh, maybe not. I lied. So X9 is locked to wheels. Sorry, locked to wheels. Locked to tracks. And so was the S7. Yeah, it's a little disappointing, isn't it? Man, that sucks. The AF11 have a... The AF11 doesn't have a... Oh, it does have a crawler track option. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they could just... A lot of small things that they could add. Such as wheel options. Vehicles. But no, to answer your question, no. No wheel options on the John Deere harvesters. Is the new 9RX in the game? No, it's not. Currently. Wait, the new 9RX? No, yeah, no, it's not. Well, it's not a 9RX. It's the 830, right? Or whatever it's called. No, it's not. The newest of new. It's you have the. I mean, if you want, if this is the 9RX, but not the 830 version, which is I think the version you're talking about. Not in the game. As of right now. Have you seen a lot of row crop tire options? Fortunately not. Ooh. The only really row crop tire options I've seen, I haven't looked up through every wheel, but the Magnum is the only one I've seen to actually have row crop tires, and they're not even like really close together. I wouldn't consider row crop. They're just narrow wheels. Could you check out the Demco grain cart? Interested in seeing it. Sure, I'll check that out. Definitely want to see your end up Superior trailers. Yep, those are one of the first ones. I want to get those out quick because I know everyone loves using them, and even I like using them. So I'm gonna get those out quick, as long as it's not too hard, you know, to get them in game and such. I think this game will be on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know. I think it will eventually, but not right away. Is Giants Editor out? No, as far as I know. I haven't checked today, but it wasn't out earlier today, or end of day yesterday anyway. I assume it won't come out until after release. Hello, KarlFarms. Thanks for all the great mods you bring to the game. You're welcome. Enjoy them. Have you noticed if crop destruction is much better when harvesting crops? Like after harvesting, you can see where the wheels run over stubs. No, Jeff. Unfortunately not. When you drive over stubble, it just remains the same. Seems like there's less. How do the rain effects look on the windows? Yeah, I think they look good. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look, I can't zoom in. Well, I guess I can. You can kind of see the rain dripping off the windows. Unless that's just the rain falling slowly. Which it might be, honestly. It's hard to say. I'd be surprised if they had any other type of rain effects other than just the rain falling out of the sky. I mean, it looks okay though. It's not just the way that the engine's set up. It just seems like that's not going to be really a possibility. Like even you can't even see it like splashing onto the textures of the tractor at all. It doesn't interact with the tractor really at all. So it'd be nice. It's nice that they added the rain droplets and such. That looks really nice, and the reflections. Seems like there's less equipment. Yes, exactly, Kenny B. I agree. Seems like there is less equipment overall. A surprising amount of missing equipment that was in Farming Simulator 22. That seems like that's to be the first things they have as the equipment from FS22 and then add onto it, but it's not that way. MADMB, how do you get early access? I got early access because I create mods for Farming Simulator, and due to their success on ModHub, Giants granted me early access. You get spray from tires on the road when it rains. I don't think so. I drove on the road earlier and there was no splashing effects. Did they improve the world edge? That looked like Play-Doh. I think they have. I haven't spent a lot of time at the world borders. But it seems like it's either covered by trees or you can't really see it very well. So I think they did a better job in covering up the edges of the map. I'm about to pre-order the game. Do you think I should order it on PS5 or PC? I mean, personally, as a PC player, I'd always recommend PC because of the mod availability and other. There's the rain road effects, and I don't see any splashing from tires. But yeah, a PC is always the way to go, unless you don't have hardware that can run it. Do you have shaders on? Yes, I have reshade on. So this is the game without reshade. It's a little more colorful, different, warmer tone, and I have reshade settings on to make it a little more realistic looking. The new AF11 has 2 monitors in it, and I don't think there's 2 in the in-game one. We got 2 there. When are we going to see your case H mods on ModHub? I don't know for sure when I'll be able to get them done. I'm hoping I can get them done in a month or 2, but we'll see how difficult it is to convert mods. That's the big question right now. Can you show me the MacDon pack? Sure. Yeah, so included in the early access, they also gave us access to the MacDon pack. Let's go to the brand. So I used it a little bit to do some mowing, and it worked really well. Pretty slick. I don't do much swathing myself, but pretty nice. On flex draper. Mowers. Is that a snowcat? Yeah, there is a snowcat. Funny enough into the game. I did see that. I didn't play with it at all myself, but further. There's so many categories now too, which is kind of a lot to deal with. But oh, would it be levelers? Sure, I saw it though. Oh, there it is, miscellaneous. Yeah, pretty much a snowcat. Yeah. There are more tractors who have small twin wheels. I said I didn't look through all of them, so to see which ones had small twin wheel options. They're not the row crop wheels that I typically want to see, and there's definitely not many options. So there's lots of room for improvement. Are the Vermeer in the game? Yeah, so there is the Vermeer baler, the self-propelled baler. And then the mower. There's some Vermeer equipment. It's gold, yeah. I didn't even realize that. Awesome. Cool to get over 500 subs. Thanks everyone who has subbed and who has joined the stream. Appreciate it. FSG mentioned the rain and the windows were disabled due to performance issues. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting to know. Interesting that there was rain effects at one point. That makes sense. So hopefully we see that again. I'm gonna start making mods as soon as they release Giant's Editor. As soon as I can, I'll start working on the mods. What is my reach shade preset? It's pretty simple preset, but it's similar to the one I had in FS22. I just had to modify it a little bit because some of the effects don't work yet in FS25. But it really comes down to your own preference of what you want for shader. Yeah, Northern Farms. I'm sure Giants will bring most of the equipment back. I just wish it was in base game to start rather than be having to wait for it. Is it easy using a PS5 controller on a PC? Yes, I'm using a PS5 controller right now, and it's very easy. Gosh, man, that mud on the tires, it's so nice. Is the game worth getting? I think so, based on the new effects and such. I mean, some people might not think so. Depends how you farm, and depends on what you're looking for in the game. If you don't care about like weather effects and visuals, then it wouldn't be worth it. But if you like that kind of thing, then I'd say definitely. You can look, you can see it shrink down there too. It's pretty cool. Yes, using a PS5 controller on PC is very doable. Works well. I haven't had any problems. Yeah, the World Edge idea comes down to specific maps. You know, some maps might do it better than others. Seems like the base game maps do it really well in hiding the World Edge. It's a lot of work that some modders don't want to put time into. Little C, which vehicle are you talking about? Can you drive it backwards, like turn the seat around? Some tractors are able to do that. I think Vultras can do that. John Deere's don't, that I know of. Can you show the grain carts? Sure, I'll take a look at those just in a second. More comments here. The snow on the ground looks much better too. I haven't messed with that. Could add snow layer and see what it looks like. Think. It is pouring rain now. Someone said there's equipment coming in updates after the game is released. Yeah. That's what I expect from Giants, is that they'll release the equipment slowly over time. And I think it's mostly, yeah, the game engine and the lighting, of how the lighting works on different textures, they have to update. So it's just some work. Where can we find your mods? They're typically on the official Mod Hub website. So if you look up Farming Simulator Mod Hub, it'll come up, and that's where I typically, for FS22, that's where I uploaded all my mods. I didn't, I might have had one PC release, and if I do, you can find the PC version on my Facebook page. I'll upload it to my Facebook page. So my Facebook page is KarlFarms, so you can find it. Can you go through the grain carts? All right, auger wagons. So the main grain carts, yeah, they do have a J&M, which I don't think they had before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they did. I typically use the Demcos. Custom modding's Demcos for FS22. Sorry, FS19. FS22 was base game. The Elmers. Sure, I'll drive the bike. I drove it a little bit just to get a feel for it. Kind of neat. Not typically what I want from Farming Simulator, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, I agree. It won't be fast forwarding through rain anymore. I used to, as soon as it started raining, I'd pretty much stop and skip the day. But now it's actually enjoyable to be in the rain. It looks nice, feels nice. Oh, the Macdon. Can you drive it backwards? I see what you're saying. I don't know. I'll check that out. Trying to read comments while scrolling. Doesn't work. Does mud fly off the tires when driving down the road? It does come off. I don't think it doesn't necessarily fly off. Change driving direction. Yep. You can flip it right around and drive it backwards. Which is cool. I didn't even know that. Learned something new. Pretty cool. You should stream more often. This is the first time I watched you, and I'm really enjoying it. Well, thank you. See, every time I stream, I always say I should do it more often, but then I never do. I do enjoy it. It just takes time to get things set up, and sometimes I just want to go do my own thing and play. I do enjoy streaming. Wish I had more drive to do it more often. And with a child on the way now, I don't know if I'll have much time to actually put down and stream, but we'll see. What's the mud like? Mud is like this. And I'll drive down the road to see how much it flies off in a second. Have you experienced the extreme weather yet? I haven't. I've not experienced the tornadoes. Oh yeah, look at it go over the... Pretty nice. Yeah, there's the mud for you. Yeah, if the snow actually gets if I actually get the snow to appear, I'll try the snow cat. Can you edit every field to take rice with the water pumps and such? I have no idea. I thought rice fields were placeables, but I guess I have no idea. I haven't actually messed with that yet at all. I don't even know how to do it. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna skip out on that part. I actually don't know how to do that. I won't. I'll leave that answer up for questions still. Maybe someone else in the comments will know. Hello, Johan. Thanks for joining. Show spray tractor. guessing you're referring to sprayers. Here's your sprayers. If you could have Giants add one feature to the game, what would it be? It's a good one. I think gameplay-wise, I'd like to see them add moisture. Moisture is a huge part of farming when it comes to ground deformation, uh, harvesting yields. There's a lot they could do with moisture and rain. How did you get early gameplay access? Said it a few times now, but I mod for Farming Simulator. So Giants gave me early access to the game because of my success of my mods on ModHub. Yeah, all my mods for FS22 were on the official ModHub. So you can kind of see where the mud flies out. It doesn't fly out the tires, but it kind of just gradually goes away as you go down the road. And it becomes just in the base of the wheel treads rather than on the all covering the entire wheel. So that's a pretty nice touch. Snow looks good too. Yeah, I'll try to get some snow on the ground and check that out. Thank you, Chris. We're excited. Definitely be a change of pace in life, but looking forward to it. Yeah, it's not a reskin of 22. They definitely improved upon the features and the looks of it. It's still the same engine as in the foundation. It still feels like Farming Simulator 22, like the overall feel, but the look looks better. I guess that's a good way to put it. There's quite a bit of logging equipment and vehicles. I went through those a little bit earlier in the stream. There's quite a few of them, surprisingly. I don't do logging myself, so I'm not familiar with it or don't use it, but it seems like they do have quite a bit of logging equipment. Yeah, I agree with you on that, JH. One thing you like to see is having bushels instead of liters for the volumes. There's some settings you can change with that, but it's not settings. Like you have, it'd be nice to have, yeah. You have the area unit go to acres, hectares, Celsius, Fahrenheit, miles, kilometers. Why not, have bushels and liters? Be nice. Galaxy, the early access is only available to content creators and modders, so that's the only way you can get early access if you're a modder or a content creator. And then only certain modders, I think, only ones that have a certain level of downloads or certain rating on ModHub have access. There's the snow. It's not very deep snow. We'll increase the depth. I harvested sorghum in one of my games, and it was in rows. Yep, I recall. Here's this red sprayer you're talking about. Stinas. You create a field, is it still very jagged edge because of the grid, or do they round out better in this? I haven't tried creating a field yet. But I do know that in order to use somewhere. In order to use saying, oh, in order to create fields, you have to use the V plows, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. Pretty nice sprayers in this game. I wish they had, you know, John Deere and or Case sprayers. More options for sprayers. You can kind of see the snow behind the tires. That's kind of nice. Really nice to see as well, which doesn't look like it's in the game, is to have like what the real dirt mod added in FS22 and FS19, where you actually, if you drive over snow, your wheels turn white. Does not seem like that is the case. It's also raining and there's snow on the ground, so I don't know if could be messing with how the game calculates everything. But rice is in the same place as grapes. You can size. Oh. I have no idea how to find this. Construction category? Constructables. Oh, in the actual store. Maybe? What I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm missing. Oh, it's maybe here. Nope. Aha. Aha. I don't know. I've never done this before, but made of rice field. I think you can make it. I think you can, whatever field you create, you can. It seems like it's gonna be able to be filled with water. I don't really know how to do it. Oh, there's a pump. Yeah, I'm not a rice guy, so I really have no idea. There you go. Yeah, so it looks like you can do any field you want. Any field you create. Alright, let's see. What happens if you... Oh, it just makes the snow go away. Plowing the snow in the rain. Makes sense. Let's see how the snowcat works. Whoa! Backflip. This thing does not handle well in the snow. Oh my goodness. And these camera angles are terrible too. Alright, note to self, dirt bike doesn't handle well. Oh, I probably don't have access to this land. This thing is nimble. Never used a snowcat in Farming Simulator before. I don't know if there was one. There ever been one in Farm? Was there one in FS22? I have no idea. Seems like this isn't moving the snow at all, unless there's just not enough snow. Tracks look really good though. Dang, those look awesome. Maybe I need to unfold it. Aha! I just need to unfold it. Okay. Works pretty good. Alright. Might hop over back to my other save now. Checked out some stuff. Just do some normal farming. If you have any more questions though, just feel free to ask, and still can check out equipment and such. Oh, I didn't show off the Meridian. So it seems like the Meridian silos options are the same as they were in FS22, from what I've seen. I didn't see any different ones anyway. My PC specs, I have for CPU a Ryzen 7 5700X 3D, and the GPU is a 4070 Ti Super. I have 32 gigs of RAM. Cornfed Mafia, how's it going? It's going good. Going good. Just checked out some features and such of the game. Now I'm gonna get back to some normal just farming. Drop that off here. White Meridian silo stands. Like the containers, these guys, liquid fertilizer tanks. What was you referring to? Yeah. So Matt, I got early access because I am a modder for Farming Simulator, so I create mods for the game, and Giants provided early access to content creators and then also modders who have a certain level of downloads on ModHub. I have nearly 6 million downloads on ModHub, and I've been in the community for a while, so I don't know what the criteria was, but that's why I have early access. You can't get early access any other way. Wiki plays. I am running Reshade. Yes. And Simulation Farms also, yeah, Reshade works on Farm Sim 25. Not as good yet because there's some development that can be done, but this is the before here. It's kind of more of a warm tone, and then the reshade that I'm running kind of gives it more of a blue tone, adds a little more depth to the shadows, and adds more ambient light. We're gonna harvest some beans that have green leaves on them yet. And gooseneck. Oh, you're talking about the international pickup truck thing? You're talking about this guy? It only has a few options. It doesn't have a gooseneck. It just has a flatbed tipper option, which can hold 3,500 liters. And then you have the box for like pallets and such. Pretty cool. It's kind of an unexpected addition that they have in the game. Here, I'll set up my lane assist. Yeah, I can go 2 headlands on this field. It's a little bit bigger. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. It can pull trailers, just not gooseneck trailers then. That international truck. I've seen pics on Discord of the silos with grain legs. So there's, you have the Meridian silos here. It's not necessarily Meridian though. Not sure what unless it's like a modded version or something, I don't know. Yeah, I have been answering the question of how I got early access quite often. I should have put it in the description or something. Oh well. How hard is it going to be to transfer mods from 22? So far, I don't know for sure. I'm hoping not too bad, but like I have the quad track in game, or the Steiger series in game, but the textures are all broken, so it depends on how difficult it is going to be to add the new reflection features to current or previous textures. So it's unknown yet how difficult it's going to be. I sure hope it isn't going to be very difficult, because I really don't want to. Hopefully, I don't want to take too long to get mods into the game. Yeah, Reshade helps it look a lot better. What is going to be the first mod you put on the new game? Very likely the Steiger series or the Superior end-up trailers. I'm probably going to work on them both at the same time. It depends which one is. Superior end-up trailers I don't plan on doing any other changes to, so I'm hoping those, as soon as I get everything converted, it can just be good to go. But it's going to be like wheel configs and such are going to take a little bit longer. So, those are the first two that I want to put into the game. Is there soybean straw? There is not soybean straw. You can see it doesn't allow me to have straw for this current car type, which is soybeans. Hello, Waylon. Thanks for joining the stream. Would I be interested in putting a load line trailer in the game? What type of trailer is that? Load line? Is that like a hopper bin trailer. Probably, but I have to say, I new mods at this time I can't really take on, or I can't really consider, just based on my current situation of how many mods I want to convert. It's gonna be a lot of work, so I'm gonna stick to my plan of converting my current mods before starting any new projects. Are the conveyor belts still in the game? I believe so. Look to myself. To imagine they are. Come back to it because I'm about to reach the end of my row. Yeah, the soybean texture does look a little bit better. I agree with that. The stubble texture. A little leafy, but looks nice. How does the GPS respond compared to the one from Wobster? I think the GPS is very comparable. There's some different features that are available in the Wobster version that's not in this one. Is more adjustability, I think. But for basic simplicity, it's great. I think it's a lot more simpler to use than the Wobster version. That's for sure. More streamlined. And this one with the headland feature, I don't think there was a headland feature for the Wobster GPS version. I don't remember. I don't think there was. But this allows you to follow the headlands and make headland passes. FS Miner, do you think it's gonna make a return? Yeah, I heard about that. I never did the FS Miner myself, but we'll see what they do. I don't know. I never played with it, so I don't know how difficult it would be to make it in the new game. I wish the 20-foot pop had a lockable dolly. Yeah, don't think that's something I can make possible, unfortunately. I would have liked to do that as well, just to be adding the... because it has to have a dolly automatically. It just wasn't possible. I do, for the newest superior end dump version, I am going to have a single axle dolly option for that 20-foot trailer, though. I know some people were asking about that. I'm glad they added the Case IH 750 quad track to its base game. I know another modder is trying to make a quad track also with more options. You know I'm going to, so that'll be a... I'm going to make the 715 quad track, and I'll also make the Steiger wheeled version of the 715. And then the whole new Steiger series as well. The new Steiger series is going to take a little bit longer because there's some model differences there. I do plan to make the newest Steiger series. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing some new pickup mods too. The base game ones just aren't that good. It is pretty nice how they added in-game sound, or real sounds for the GPS. Brand specific sounds for the GPS. So the chirping you hear is the New Holland version of the GPS, New Holland case version. What tools do you use for 3D modeling? For 3D modeling I use a program called Blender. the simple, free 3D modeling program. I wouldn't say simple. It's complicated, actually. But the stream delay is crazy, by the way. What delay in specific? What are you talking about specifically? Is the audio like not synced up or something? What map am I on? I am on it's the European map. It starts with a Z. I can try to pronounce it for you. It's like Zawanka or something. I'm terrible, but it's there's three map options. One's the U.S. map, Riverbend Springs, and there's the map with rice. That's specifically it's a Chinese or Japanese map. I don't know. And then all maps have rice, by the way. I'm just that one's specifically an Asian map, and then they have this map, which is a European map. It's literally like a 5-minute delay. Is it 5-minute delay between me commenting on comments? Because if that's so, I'm just trying to catch up to comments. It's just me being slow. Yeah, Ted. Running the trailer setup with the lead 3 and pup 5. Yep, that's a common setup here in Michigan that we see. It's pretty much why I made all those wheel options. A lot of places you don't see different axle options like we do in Michigan, so really catered to the Michigan crowd in that regard. JH, yeah. So I made the 715 and FS22, and with some help from custom modding, they did the 3D modeling of the hood and some of the new features. Yeah, so I say a lot of help from custom modding. They did a significant portion of that mod. I used the base version of my Steiger series and just added their 3D models to it to make the 715. But yeah, I'll be updating the 715 in this game as well. Nicholas Cortez, do you make any mods for PS5? Yes. So pretty much any of my mods really nowadays are going to be for all platforms, including PlayStation. So my mods will be available on consoles as well once I get them done. Yeah, I'm trying my best to keep up with comments. So. Oh gosh, I'm full. People are impatient and leave, that's okay. Speaking of the 715 quad track. What part of Michigan am I from? I'm in the Tri-City area, the Midland Bay City, Saginaw area. When are you going to start updating your mods? As soon as I can. As soon as it's possible. Right now, I don't have access to software that Giants provides, called Giants Editor. Once I have that available, I will be able to start updating my mods, and hopefully it's a simple process. Oh, do I have corn in here or something? God dang it. Here. We're just gonna dump this out. You thinking about making any pickups? At this time, not for all platforms anyway. I have my Silverado that I made for FS22 that I'll probably, we'll see, I might convert it to FS25 as well. Well, it's not on the top of my priority list though. I wish you could hire a worker for the grain cart. I agree. That's probably my biggest gripe. Not my biggest gripe, but one of my gripes about the game is that it can't use, like having a automatic grain cart follower would be huge. And we get it through mods with like the follow me mod. But yeah, that'd be really nice to have him in the base game. Oh really? JH, you're from Michigan too? That's awesome. Upper Peninsula. The UP. Love it up there. It's so nice. What's your favorite part and least favorite part of FS25? I kind of had my Facebook post kind of highlighted to it so far of what my thoughts were, but favorite part, definitely the improved visuals of the materials, reflections off of the textures, and then also the rain effects, ground deformation. So I don't know, my favorite part of all of those. Probably just the reflection of the textures is my favorite so far. My least favorite, lack of equipment and lack of I'd say features that were in FS22 that aren't in F25, such as precision farming. Seems like they could have that stuff included in the base game, but I wish they could anyway. Is there FOV control like zoomed out? No, unfortunately not. So there in an FS22 there are mods to, you know, quickly zoom in and out in the cab, but there's not. And that's something I really wish they had also if they would have added, being able to zoom in and out in the cab. In order to do it, like you have to change your FOV like this. But even then, it's kind of a pain. To like use dev console in order to change it, but hoping that's a mod that comes out relatively quickly, because I love using it, being able to zoom in on the monitors and such. Yeah, so still Giants heavily leaning on the modding community to make the game's longevity. Virtual Farmers, I got early access because I am a modder for the game. So they provided the early access to certain modders and content creators. It's the only way to get early access. What reshade are you using? It's just my own custom preset setting. So I just add my own. I have all the effects and I just test out certain effects and see which ones I like, and so it's my own custom profile. I think it's the most recent version of Reshade, if that matters. Hello from Norway. Awesome. Thanks for joining the stream. Hello from Michigan. I don't understand why must-have mods like Follow Me and GPS weren't immediately just brought by Giants. I absolutely agree. I know Follow Me is really, it's a difficult mod for like, consoles, so I definitely get why Follow Me isn't in the base game. It'd be nice to have like a simple version. I don't know if there's a good way to make a simple version of it. Maybe have it in the same menu as the worker menu and be able to adjust things from there of how to make like a worker follow your current vehicle. But that's really something that would be very useful to have. Doing sugar beets, having a grain cart follower, you know, there's so many useful things to have a worker follow next to you for, so I agree. Glad they finally brought GPS in. That was, I mean, the game was nearly unplayable without GPS, and from what I do in my experience, seems like that's the trend for each game. Like FS22 had seasons. Seasons was a must-have for me playing. So they added seasons in FS22, and GPS was like also a must-have. So they finally added that into base game now. Wow, so we got hellos from Portugal, Hungary, Thailand. Nice. Hello from Ukraine. Awesome. That's good to have so many people from around the world joining the stream. Thanks for hanging out and checking out the stream. Probably be wrapping up here in the next 15-20 minutes or so, but glad to have you guys or girls joining the stream. Is that a 50-foot header? Yes, I believe so. It's I think there's like 3 different versions of like the same exact header, and this is one of them. Is the past it? Yeah, this is the FD250 flex draper. 15 meters, which comes out to about 50 feet, I believe. Yep. This is a 50-foot header. I know people are mad others get the game sooner, but they're testing it too. I bet 2 days of release will have a patch fix stuff. Yeah, there's certain things. I found a couple different items that I've submitted bug reports for. So I mean, I get why people would be upset, but this is a game that I put a lot of time and effort into making better, and you know, providing things for the community. So Giants is kind of giving back in a way for us modders, game content, or the content creators of so they're giving back to us for the work we've done in the game, and we're trustable source of beta testers that won't, you know, leak the game. I don't even know if it's possible to leak the early access version, but it'll be good to have bug fixes done early from what's found. Hello, how are you feeling about the game so far? I'm feeling good. It's a fresh look for the game. I think I said earlier, it still feels like Farming Simulator 22, but it looks better. It looks visually better, but everything still kind of feels the same. There's better sounds, but the dynamic weather, the ground deformation, reflections of textures, all just look better, look more realistic. Feeling good so far. Hey Karl, you've been by my workshop on Bend of US 10. Oh yeah? I'm sure I have. I've driven US 10 quite a bit, so. Now is it by the Bend right by Midland? If so, yeah, all the time. It's crazy how cattle and crops have a grain cart AI and not FS. I didn't even know that. That's actually hilarious that cattle and crops does. Seems like it's something that could be and should be added. So maybe for FS 28. Grand Rapids. Go Griffins. The crop textures look a little bit better than FS22, but modders are going to improve. Yeah. I think they are improved, definitely. Things like stubble and such could have a lot of room for improvement. So hopefully modders can get that done. I'm sure they will. Bosnia. Hello, welcome. North Dakota. I want to go to North Dakota someday. I've never been. Hello from France. GPS works with remote mowers. What do you mean by remote mowers? It works with any equipment it works with, so I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by remote mowers? It's 4:30 in Thailand. Wow. It's an early morning for you. But yeah, FS22 or FS25 does look pretty good. Do gotta say that. Hello from the Netherlands. Nice. Been there passing through a couple times. Thank you for subscribing and checking out the stream. For some reason my stream looks better than other gameplays. So that's probably due to my reshade, if I had to say. This is the default look of the game. Which is just the color tone's a little bit different. So you probably see this is probably what it looks like right here of what you've seen so far. I'm just running Reshade, which is just a program that allows you to modify the visuals of games, and with Reshade on, changes the lighting a bit, makes it a little bit better. So that's probably why you think mine looks a little bit better. Another huge advantage of being on PC. How is the construction wise? Does it leave hills when you buy new buildings and stuff? Yeah, so Nicholas, I've from the things I've placed, it still does leave the unleveled terrain quite badly if it's not perfectly flat wherever you place the building, so that's still the same as it was in FS22. Unless you're referring to the construction, the building constructions, the new construction feature. I haven't messed with that at all though. Oh, nice. So you're up in Midland, now you live in Bay City. Cool. Yeah, you're right close by. I'm in the Saginaw area. Curious to see how well the in-game GPS works on bigger modded maps. Yes, I am curious on how the GPS is going to work with modded maps and the modded fields in particular. I don't know if there's going to be special things that modders have to do with maps in order for GPS to work properly, or if the GPS software is going to automatically calculate the fields and such and headlands. I think the modders are going to have to make sure their fields are set up correctly in order for it to work right. And also something I haven't messed with, which I should, I probably won't get to it today unfortunately, is how GPS works with like created fields. Oh yeah, looks like there is some mud accumulating on my tires now. I wonder if mud accumulates as... Oh, it probably does. It's kind of unrealistic, but... It seems like mud's going to accumulate no matter what on tires. It just won't be shiny. That makes sense, I guess. It's just a dirt speck. Welcome back, Fields of Gold. What's your dream mod or mod you'd like to create for FS25? Dream mod. Oh, other than the stuff I've already created, the Steiger series and the Superior end-out trailers. Those are my two main mods I want to recreate or convert to FS25. But I'd also want to make a milk tanker trailer. Something I've been looking into, but it's a lot of work to create it from scratch, so we'll see. Hello from T-Roll. I don't know where that is. I'm sorry to say. I live in Upper Michigan, about 20 miles from Mackinac. Nice. Love Mackinac area too. It's really nice there. It's enjoying that you can't see the GPS lines on the mod. Oh, it's annoying, yeah. Yeah. Any and all monitors in the cab are just static images with they have this like the data and such you can put on top of them, but there's no live GPS features. I know there was some mods at the end of FS22 that came out that I don't know how public they were, but I know I've seen some discussions on Discord and that they have had a working monitor with working GPS, but I don't think we'll see that anytime soon on FS25. Canuck, that's good. The GPS seems fairly smart. When you make new fields, it seems to detect based on what I saw. Nice, so that's good to know. So if you create a field on your own, it'll automatically detect that there's a field ground there, and it'll create lines properly. Yeah, that's awesome. What map are you on? I'm on the European map. I'm probably butchering the name. It's like Zawanka or something. I wish I could just go look it up. It's the European map though. There's 3 different maps. It's good to know. It's glad that the GPS is dynamic like that. The John Deere 9RX 830 is not in the game. We just have the lower engine levels of the 9RX. So the 490, 540, and 590, and 640. So they don't have the new 9RX. And I can tell you, I won't be working, or I won't be making the 9RX 830 myself, unfortunately. I will not have the time or resources. Would you ever make a case 1245 early riser planter? If I had a 3D model of it, maybe. But probably not. I'd love to, but I just with my current plans, I just won't have the time. What part of the States are you from? I'm from mid-Michigan. What is my favorite tractor? Well, I'm definitely the Steiger series. If that isn't obvious, that's my main mod that I made in FS19, 22, and now I'm gonna be 25. But I wouldn't say the 715. I'd say like probably the road track Steiger. Enjoy using it a lot. Custom modding's, yeah, custom modding is definitely going to make convert their early riser series. So No doubt about that. We'll have the early risers hopefully pretty quickly. Midnight here in Sweden. Time to hit the bed. Thanks for the live video. Yes, thanks for joining. Appreciate you joining the hanging out and stream. You have a good night. Saskatchewan, Canada. Sure like your reshade settings. I've never tried it before. Does it drop any performance on larger maps? So in FS22, the settings I ran, it dropped my performance on certain maps, but on FS25 it doesn't really change it at all. The current settings I'm running, so you can see my FPS there. So this is with it on and off. Really not much difference at all, so it doesn't seem to be making any performance difference currently. I can't say for larger maps in FS25 because I haven't had any yet. Can you show off the Gearinghoff corn heads? Sure, I can go attach the one I have bought, but I'll take a look at it in the store. Just in a second here. Will it be a lot of work to convert FS22 mods to FS25? We don't know for sure yet. At the end of the stream, I'll go take a look at what I've done so far with modding. It's pretty funny. But it's tough to say how long it's going to take now and how hard it will be because we don't have access to Giant's editor. So once we have access to Giant's editor, we'll have a lot better idea. I'm sure hoping it won't take very long. It's going to depend on how easy it is to fix the textures. Interesting one. It doesn't seem like the tractor is driving straight. I wonder if that's my controller or if it's the weight. Interesting. I do think custom modding early risers I think they'll be pretty quick to convert them. There's a nice little beep sound. That was for unloading or something. I like SIED moddings and custom moddings mods. Yeah, they both make really good mods, I gotta say. I don't like the drama that comes in with some of them, but they do make good mods. Good detail. I worked with both SIED and custom modding. Or they're both good to work with. Alright, I'll show off those. Actually, don't know if I'm saying that right. Gearing off. I was just recently notified that there's a grant to farm sim. I didn't. Using one earlier, harvesting. Holding version. Nice. Good, they have different width. It's interesting that this is a folded version. There's not a fold. Yeah, they look really good. Can you make a John Deere 8820 combine for all platforms? I definitely can say no to that. It's because I already have a lot of plans to convert mods and make mods for FS25. It's just I have too much on my plate to even think about other mods right now. Does it have VR? I don't believe there's any VR support. Farm sim. Think you'll ever make any semi-truck mods? Not truck mods themselves. I don't have any plans to. I don't think I will. I don't know. 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 I Wheel and pedals is the only way to play. Yeah, it's a good way to play. I have a set myself, and I sometimes use them. It's just a little bit to get set up and such, so it's more relaxing to not play with them, but it is enjoyable too. I wish they would put a 3500 ton into the game. Are you referring to the truck? If they do, they kind of do. Have the this guy. I don't know if you want to call it that. No, this is more. This is large. It's like a. It's a larger version. Would be nice if they had some different size pickups in the game, though. There's a 16 row, 18 row, and a 12 row. Yes. Yes, so they're going. I didn't count the rows. Nine meter, 12.3 meter, and 13 meter. Yeah. Yeah, there's only so many mods I can make, so I can't make everything, unfortunately. Oh, is Zelonka on FS22? I didn't know that. Is it the same exact map? I'll hop over to my other save that has a testing save, as I've been calling it. I'll show off my quad track, my current state of my quad track one more time for those who haven't seen it. And not just a quad track, but the whole Steiger series. And what kind of work it's ahead of me to get the mod into proper order. And then I'll probably end the stream there. Stream it'll be 3 hours, so good stream. Lovejoy, can you show grain carts and semi trailers? Sure, I'll take a quick look at them. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know Blanco was on the FS22 as well. Oh, that's right. There's snowfall. There's snow on the ground, and there's rain. That's okay. Oh, the snow went away. Perfect. All right. So we'll take a. Oh wait, that's interesting. Something I just learned just now. Apparently, workers continue moving after when you start up a game. So before, when you, as far as I remember or recall, unless I always turn off workers before I log off, workers didn't continue after you left and started up the game. This one's obviously not doing anything, but interesting. Anyway, grain carts. So I don't know if how many you hear about. We got the Demco single. No capacity options. J&M, which I think is new. Sim, unless there was a J&M grain cart. New to Farms as a main base game. And then you have the Master. It's a well-known one there. Yeah, so here is the current state, for those who haven't seen it yet, of the Steiger series for FS25. And this is as much as I can do so far, based on just what's available to me. Oh, I could add actual tracks, but because I could just throw the 715 quad track tracks on there. But other than that, this is pretty much as far as I can go. So it's all functional, just the textures aren't there. Ah, the J&M cart was a Lizard branded for FS22 for console. Cool. It's good to know. Cool. Oh, we got the real Brandon now. Are you going to do the new model numbers for your Steigers? Yes. So we have the 2023 model year, which is the model year I made for FS22. And then the 2024 model year had some the new upgraded cab and a couple of different things, and then also the new model numbers as well. So what I plan to do for my Steiger series is have the 2023 versions and the 2024 versions packaged into one, with the new model numbers all available, as long as and also the older model numbers. And then the newest and latest, the 2025 version model years, which has a completely new hood and such, that'll be a different mod in the further in the future, as long as I can get to them. So that's the plan. Yeah, looks mint. Everything works pretty good though. Oh, I never looked at some of the trailers. Well, really not too many semi-trailer options. You got the Distinction Triple Hopper, Super B. Yeah, they definitely lack in end dumps. Luckily they have KarlFarms to rely on to bring his dumps into the game. Game is so linear if you have taken agronomic. Yeah, you're saying like simple in terms of actual farming? Definitely. Interesting, there's going to be something I have to add for rain effect sounds in cab, because obviously you can hear there's no rain effect sounds right now. Cab. Or if you're in a different vehicle, you can hear the raindrops, so probably something simple to add. But interesting to know. Hello from the Netherlands. Stream. So many different parts of the world joining the stream. It's awesome. Tires are backward on the grain cart. That's intended. So grain carts and other pull behind vehicles typically have quote unquote backwards wheels. Used to know the reason. Not coming to me at the time why that is, but that's typical. Normal. It's normal for the tires to be backwards. It's really because they're not necessarily there for getting traction. They're just they're being pulled. Not the ones pulling. Do you think the game is worth buying? It depends what you're looking for, in my opinion. So if you are a huge fan of the increased visuals, ground deformation, and GPS for consoles, then definitely I think it's an improved experience over FS22. If you don't care about that stuff, maybe it's not, and you can stick to FS22 with all the mods and such. How do you tone down the white glare on reshade? Are you saying on my reshade or like in reshade in general? That could tone down the white, unless there's like a certain is there a certain effect that you're saying is causing the white glare, or is it on my game you're saying? Hope the Giants have straightened out their shortcut keys in FS25 and FS22. So many mono tractors disable tarps. Yeah, there was issues in FS25 with control bindings, and if you had multiple control bindings set to the tarp key, it prevented some weird things. I hope those are all straightened out as well. I can't tell for sure if they are or not right now, but dang, look at the reflections on those tires. It looks so nice. Rain effects shine, man. I gotta say, they just look so good. Yeah, simulation farms. I think you just have to mess with it, figure out which effect is causing the bright light, and either disable it, or if you click on it, you click on an effect, you can edit it down at the bottom here, and you just have to mess with it and figure out how to tone it down. I'm not sure which effect is causing it. Sam, no, there's for typically there's no way you can play the game early unless you are a modder of the game or if you are a content creator. Yeah, Welch, I'm glad you're excited. It's definitely an exciting new things that they've added into the game, so it'll be fun once everyone gets a feel for it. Forty modding, hey, what's up? It's kind of nice when I drove in the grass. It starts removing the mud. Interesting that it seems like it's removing it on the outer tire more than the inner tire. Huh. Something's weird with that. Seems like I see you got about as far as I did converting a mod. Yep. Looks beautiful. I love it. We'll see once we get access to Giants Editor. I'm sure hoping it's not too difficult to add the new clear coat texturing system. Hoping it's just a. So I was looking in the game files and there's like different textures for each material, so I'm hoping it's just assign this to this material, assign that to that material, and I'd really suck to have to redo textures, or even like. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. I'm just hoping it's not too much work. Can you show us the planters? Yes, but prepare to be disappointed. You have 8 options, and they're not very good. Sam, yes, that's the government subsidy signs are the only mod that's really available in the mod hub right now. So it'll be available for everyone. Apparently they're bringing a material converter for the blender exporter. Oh, great. That doesn't sound very easy then. If that's part of what's required to update all the mods, we'll see. Yeah, see, the T9 is no longer in the game. Like that's the kind of stuff that. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably bring in an update, but man, it's so sad to not have the equipment that we had in base game FS22. Should just be a given in the newest game, you know. Probably gonna wrap up the stream here. Going for a little over 3 hours now. I don't know what you mean by large equipment, but you have like one option for large equipment for each. Large cultivator, you have like 2 options. Planters, you know, and now you have the large disc harrow now. You give a rating on the game. Now you're asking the tough questions. Overall, from FS22 to FS25, FS22 was a 8.5. I'd give FS25 a 9 out of 10. But if it was and this is knowing that there's going to be improvements made down the road, like adding more equipment and modders, making content. Base game, oof, not as good because there's definitely not much equipment. But over time, this game will become just as good as FS22. Yeah, there really aren't any smaller combines either, are there? Yeah, definitely lots of room for improvement, equipment and vehicle-wise. Yeah, you caught me at the end of the stream, but you can go back and watch once I get done streaming. You can go back and watch through the whole thing. Unfortunately, you won't ask any questions, but could still go back and watch the whole stream. Get my thoughts and answers to some other people's questions. Are you a real farmer or not? No, I'm not a real farmer in real life. Grew up around farms and I worked on farms in high school. I'm not a farmer now, unfortunately. Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad option to stick with FS22 for a while if you can't get it or um, it's FS22 still is a lot to offer with all the mods that are available, and uh, so if I mean sure yeah, the new features definitely aren't game changing. They're just improvements. I would still prefer to see more improvements than over in the 3-year development cycle than what we see, but um, can't deny that there's improvements visually, for sure, and with the GPS, added GPS. Yeah, and thanks for joining the stream. Even if you're late, like I said, you can go back through and watch the VOD and see the gameplay at least. And I'm looking forward to everyone getting to experience the game themselves. And I'm looking forward to modding and getting my vehicles back in the game. Well, get them actually looking good in the game. I mean, I don't know if I can give ratings or not. They didn't really specify. I mean, I can give a rating just verbally. Sure, it's not a big of a deal. But overall, the game looks good in my opinion, so it's up to the person. Yeah, Kentucky Farmer, that's kind of how I feel too. I wish there's a lot of ideas you can have, but it takes a long time to implement good quality mods and I heard that there was for demodding. I heard there was some. I heard there was windshield or at least rain effects on the windscreens in preview version of the game or something. I don't know. Well, I heard there was some different rain effects for the windscreen in the preview version, and then they removed them due to performance issues. I'm not sure if that was the actual windscreen wiper effects, but it is something that'd be nice to have visually. I don't know how difficult that would be. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. Do appreciate everyone has joined and has commented, joining and commenting, taking the time to hang out and ask questions. Been fun, and looking forward to everyone getting to experience the game themselves. Well, everyone, have a good rest of your day and night. See you later. Peace.